Hi collectors, this is Optical 20 once again for another video review. This time it's the Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man Mark 43, and you can buy this figure at bigbadtoystore.com if you click the link on the description of this video. And we'll start off with a box. So you can see here, if you've seen my other video, they pretty much follow the same pattern as the any Age of Ultron that they have. I've seen so far this Mark 43 and Captain America and Black Widow, and they have all the same artwork, although this being a diecast, one of their diecast series, it still kind of stays true to the diecast line that they do have, which is kind of have like this box that you take out from the top, and it has a better I would say packaging compared to Captain America because of the hard shell and the foam and everything inside, the styrofoam that they used. But yeah, whenever you get this box, pretty much, you know, you get that familiar feeling. And as you can see, this is the Sideshow exclusive, so it does come with the head sculpt, the infected head sculpt, which is not really a big deal, to be quite honest with you. And you know, I'm just doing a quick unboxing here. The one that haven't seen, if this is gonna be your first Iron Man, then it's, you know, you're in for a treat. This is not a bad looking figure. I honestly thought I wouldn't like it as much as I do now, because I did review the Mark 42 and I thought that would be enough. You know, I'm just holding the figure, as you know, it'll fall down, as you've seen one of his forearm guards already fell down. So that's the figure itself. I'm pretty sure if you didn't get the Sideshow exclusive, you won't find the other head sculpt on the right hand side, which is the infected one. But like I said, it's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker. You see that? Pretty good looking armor. And like I said, you know, before I review this figure, I hate the fact that Iron Man does repaint. I'm absolutely not a big fan of that. You know, Mark 7 I think has been repainted, I don't know, like 5 times. Not Iron Patriot, or, you know, what's his name? War Machine has been painted so many times as well, and this is the case for Mark 42. But honestly, I liked it more than I should, I guess. But you know, let's move on to the figure. This is, as usual, you gotta get the batteries separate now. It comes with a little screwdriver and standard Iron Man hands, one of the articulated ones. This is the repulsor hands, which has the kind of angled hole, so you can kind of put it and then the light shines through. It does come with the open for the repulsor hands, for those who are familiar with this, and it already comes in battle damage, so it's not like Mark 42, which comes in separately, which, you know, I wish it did come with the clean piece. But this guy is, I wouldn't completely say battle damage, but it's pretty roughed up. One of the, I guess, removable pieces, or just the only removable pieces that you can give him, is this rocket launching hand. And for it works for both arms, honestly. It says there that you can put it on the left, but honestly, you can't go wrong even if you put it on the right hand side. It's okay. I mean, at least in my experience, I made a mistake. But yeah, so you can see it's being held by a magnet. Inside there's a metal, and it's kind of screwed in inside. So on the hand itself, on the forearm itself, there's a magnet. The ones who are familiar with Mark 42, and this is another accessory. As you can see, this is the battle damage version. The I can't even remember that from the movie where he got kind of possessed. But okay, so this is the main piece that everyone wanted to see, I guess. I'm assuming this is the reason why they didn't put any battle damage on this figure, is to kind of make up. They put this battle damage Ultron, and looking at it, you know, I like it more than I should. Yeah, I hated it at first. I was like, what are you gonna do with this? It's a nice piece, honestly. Would it alter your display poses? It won't. You know, you're gonna display Iron Man regardless whether you have this guy or not. But he's a good diorama piece. Very detailed, surprisingly, and it's bigger than I thought it would be. It's articulated on the head and on the arms. Does it do anything for your figure? Not really. If I had a choice, would I choose this or the battle damage piece? I would always choose the battle damage removable pieces. But like I said, I guess they wanted to do something new, because they don't want to just a complete, just exactly repaint So they inserted this figure, but like I said, beautiful piece. You know, if you can snag it on eBay by himself, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be expensive. You know on eBay how they work. But yeah, it's a really nice piece. It looks like half a hot toy, honestly, and it's so cool that, because like I said, you can remove parts and you can scatter it all over the place when you have him sitting on his stand, which is a good display piece if you like to take pictures and whatnot. For display purposes, I guess, you know, it does help. It makes a big clutter and looks more grand, I would say, your display piece. But it works well, especially if you only have this figure in his own kind of shelf. If you have a detail, if you have him just by himself, it's excellent because you give him more space. But for somebody like me who has more than one Iron Man figure or more than one Hot Toys, space is really limited, so I don't really have that luxury. Normally in one cab I put in 2 if not 3 figures. I try to squeeze them in to, you know, to maximize the space. But I understand for some people, if you have him just by himself, it would look magnificent. It looks great. And like I said, I think that's where the strongest suit of this piece is. Okay, moving on to the stand. This looks cool. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. This I've read somewhere that this one looks like the quarter scale Batman. I guess toned down, the smaller version of the Batman base from the quarter scale, the Dark Knight. Regardless whether it's recycled or not, it still looks terrific. You know, I like the base. The stand it's not a flight stand, so I'm really happy with that. I'm honestly getting sick of this flight stand because they're so hard to display, man. If you have it on DTOF especially or any other else, in my case, I can only display those flight stand in a coffee table, which I don't really want to put my Hot Toys on a coffee table. But yeah, I'll give you like a not a closer look, but a more complete look of the stand. It's pretty awesome, so you can see there, and you can just scatter Ultron all over the place, or you can put him all at once. It's up to you. It depends on how you want to display your figure. But I reckon maybe you can put another figure on top of Mark 42's base. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you could. And moving on to the figure itself, this guy looks pretty amazing. I like it more than I should, because I was bashing this figure on Mark 42 review. I said I'm not gonna get it, but somehow, some way, I can always convince myself that I gotta do it for the review, that I'm gonna sell it right afterwards. I end up, you know, to make the long story short, I end up selling my Mark 42. My plan was to keep 42 and get Mark 3 and make that both my, you know, my main Iron Man, so I can, you know, get my red fix. Because in my opinion, as good as Mark 42 is, yeah, I just need a red Iron Man. You know, I mean, his colors are unique, but this guy's, I think, would satisfy me for now. You know, who knows how long. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of scuffs and scratches and damages, which is kind of neat. It works two ways, you know, because even if you scratch the figure, no one would notice it because it's already scratched up. But at the same time, sometimes you want to make it look pristine, you know, like shiny armor and all that stuff. Ideally, I wanted removable pieces, kind of like what Mark 42 does, but it's not going to happen. Even on Mark 3, I heard that they haven't created the perfect Iron Man yet. Let's just put it that way. And until they do, I think this would work well for me. Hopefully with Mark 7 they'll you know, they make it removable pieces, die cast and all that stuff. But for now, I guess one advantage of having him scuffed all the way down, as you can see, that's a removable piece, by the way, is that I can not throw the box away, obviously, but I can keep the box and not worry about, you know, what maybe one of these days. That's what I do with my Iron Patriot. I post him and that's it. With Mark 42, I kind of, you know, go back and forth whether I'm going to display him clean. This one doesn't give you any option, so you know what, just throw him in there, you know, just change the pose, and that's it. Is it better that way? I guess. That's the switch, as you can see here. That's the battery compartment. Pretty much identical to Mark 42. You can open the air flaps right there. Nice detail on the back, so you can see that silver thing all the way down here. There's on his butt you'll see a button that releases the legs right there, same as Mark 42. And on his legs, very articulated. If you want an Iron Man that's I don't think Mark 42 pretty much the same articulation outside of one area, which is on his hip, which I'm so happy because I'm horrible at doing the landing pose. But on this guy, I finally did it. I guess because of that one piece on the side on his hip that made me finally do it. So I'm really happy with that. I know in Mark 3 they said that there's a different piece that helps you do it easily. So I'm kind of curious to see that as well. I got that on pre-order, so can't wait to see that. But yeah, as you can see here, I think they could have easily done the same thing as Mark 42, even half-ass battle damage, even the top part of the body. I'll take that. I took the Mark 42 one because it's basically the same mold, the same figure. The paint apps is different. I like this more. If Mark 42 had more red, basically that would be Mark 43 then. But I like it. I like the suit. I like the sleekness of it. It looks like a fitted suit. It's not bulky. It looks like you can move a lot. Do I dig the scratches? Yeah, I have Iron Patriot, so Iron Patriot is not scuffed up as much as this, but this guy has been, I guess, battling more than Iron Patriot. But yeah, and the chest plate is removable as well. They could have easily gave us, or maybe we could do that. As you can see here, the same way as you remove Mark 42. Maybe you can get a Mark 42 chest plate. I think that's gonna fit us well, and then just paint it, and you have a battle damage one. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty neat. Even the arc reactor, it's nice when it's darker because you can actually see the. There's a lot of details on it. I left that out, and I do apologize, but I just showed you the details on his chest. It's pretty amazing. This is the flaps that comes in and out, and the one on the side, the new ones right there, they're the ones who I guess who made it possible for me to do the landing pose. And as far as his head sculpt is concerned, you know what, it looks good. Looks, no complaints about it. It's scuffed up as well. This is the lighted one, and I guess my complaint is they haven't fixed the light. They still made it impossible, or not impossible, but still very inconvenient to turn and on and off the lights, which is a big, like I said, a big negative for me. Just go with the Mark 7, man. I keep on mentioning this in every one of my Iron Man review, and they haven't done it yet, so I'm sure they're not listening, but still I'm gonna keep on saying that. But yeah, as you can see, it's all scuffed out all around. And the good thing is it's consistent to the other head sculpt, even if you don't get the Sideshow exclusive or the Hot Toys exclusive. Because I'm not gonna show it on this video, but I compared it with my other head sculpt, the one with the Tony Stark face on it. But the scruffs, the sketches are pretty consistent, and you can actually change the faceplate even if you wanted to, because the other one is pretty significant. The battle damage one, the infected one. So as you can see there, that's the amazing switch where it's well hidden. It's funny how they hide that so much, while you can just hide it the same way if you put it behind the faceplate, while he has his switch on the back well exposed, and it doesn't bother anyone. Yes, because it's on his back, but still have it accessible, man. I mean, with Patriot it's kind of annoying too, because you gotta pop out the tab, but I can understand why they did it, because of, they're trying to hide it, but still. And this is the one with the Tony Sculpt head's face, so you can remove there. Oh, look at that, another Tony Stark. They didn't even change it. It looks the same way as they did with the 42, and I don't think it's the same one as the mechanic. Maybe it is, just no blood. I mean, so far it works well for me. So far, in my opinion, the best Tony Stark head sculpt is the arc reactor creation. They can't really put the head sculpt here because that's, Iron Man 2. But at the same time, I don't even think he looks that old on Iron Man 2. But yeah, whatever. It works, it's magnetized, same as 42. Pretty much gonna be my head sculpt of choice. That's what's gonna... I guess the annoying part is that I guess his yeah, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys earlier, is that you can switch out faceplate and it works. This is the faceplate for the infected one, and even if you, like I said, if you didn't get this one and you're not missing much, I'm pretty sure you can pick that up on eBay. Maybe just a plate if that really bothers you and whatnot. And this is the special edition, noticeably more battle damage, more scuffed up. And like I mentioned, I wish the Blu-ray would come in already, but it's not until October 2nd. I'm trying to remember the scene, because I know Scarlet Witch put the spell on everyone. You know, the ice turns red. This guy is doing the same thing. As you can see, there's kind of like burnt marks, pretty much the same as the what do you call this? The Silver Centurion, where it's kind of has this black marks on the side. Pretty burnt up. It's not as shiny as the other two head sculpts, which is, you know, I like that because variations, it does help. Looks really good, so you can see there. Yep, excellent head sculpt, pretty nice. I'm not gonna turn it around because, like I said, I don't know if this is the one that I didn't check if the scuffs are pretty consistent, because even on the faceplate itself you can clearly see that it's a different sculpt. Is it worth waiting for the wait list? Because I know it's still available. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I would say, is this worth $50? I don't know. The only difference is, you know, this red light right here is not even that bright, and it still lights up the same way as the other two. You gotta pop the other side open. You gotta be really careful. No fingernails or anything, because you don't want that scratching up. Yep, it looks bright from this angle right here because it doesn't have any faceplate on. If you put the faceplate, and just to let you know, because the batteries are going to be short if you have the special edition, so you got to come up with all your own batteries. So I bought this. So this is not the crappy batteries from Hot Toys. This is like Energizer batteries. Maybe they're a little brighter. I'm surrounded by lights right now, so what I'll do is try to kind of dim it down a little bit. There you go, so you can kind of see. I can turn off the lights completely here too, so you can kind of see how strong the lights are. It's okay. You know, the camera went out of focus because of it looks like a cat, because of the lights being out. But yeah, if you use the Hot Toys battery, I noticed on some reviews or some pictures that he's not that bright. So this is a real time, like I said, video. I'm not photoshopping this or anything. I'm not doing any color correction on my videos either. And I'm gonna throw in some poses before I wrap this thing up. So you can see here, he's kind of like holding Ultron. He's checking him out. Like I said, the base looks terrific. The Ultron diorama is nice. You can, it has some possibilities for some poses, especially if you have the complete Avenger set, and if you have the room, this is just awesome. I just bought a new detolf, so I'm just focusing on that detolf. Nothing is gonna go there but Avengers, maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, just one cab. But yeah, because my collection just keeps on growing and I can't keep up, and it's bad. it's getting out of control, especially this Marvel figures. If you're trying to complete the Avengers, they just come up with stuffs every single time. With 43, Maria Hill coming out, I'm not even sure if I want to get that. But yeah, as you can see this pose, kind of have him, just checking him out right after a battle, just and this is the landing pose that I've been coveting for quite some time now. I finally did it with the help of that one articulation that they did on his hip, finally. And it's all about angles. If you are able to manage this thing and you're saying that it doesn't look quite right, because you got to remember, you got to look him in the perspective of kind of in line with your sight. If you're looking at him and put him on a table and now you're looking down at him, nothing's gonna look right. That's why I kind of, if you can notice that my camera is kind of shaky here because I'm not, standing on a tripod. See, if you have him on this pose, and I'm pretty sure this is not the best landing pose. I've seen better on, on the forums and on the pictures and whatnot. Even the prototypes. This is not the tightest one. This is my first attempt, and I was able to get it right away. I'm gonna work on it so it looks a little better than what I have now, but I'm pretty happy with. I'm not gonna post him like this anyway. I'm just gonna take a couple of pictures here and there. but the fact that I was able to accomplish this pose is already a plus for me. And I know in Mark 42 you can do that. I've seen some people does that the pose, but my problem with 42 is that the arm is a little short. Not that they made it longer here, but because of that one piece, you can move the outer leg, the one that's not kneeling on the ground, a little bit more wider, so you can put the hand on the ground. And one more pose here before we wrap it up, kind of like just shooting his cannon. And as you can see, the base is kind of clear. If you move him more to the left or to the right, I'm pretty sure you can put another figure in there. But you know, why would you? You always want Iron Man because he looks so good to be the centerpiece of your display. And that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna make him the centerpiece of my detail. I'm probably gonna get the top shelf. Probably gonna throw in some just Thor on the side. And yeah, that's one thing that bugs me with Hot Toys, is that when they make this bases like this guy, it feels like they just want you to display this one piece by himself. I got the light Asgardian Thor, and obviously they can't go together in my display case because their bases are just huge, and I'm forced to use a generic stand for Thor, which sucks because his base is really cool and you want to utilize it, you know. But what are you gonna do, you know? And that pretty much wraps it up. Like I said, if you don't have any Iron Man at all and you're trying to purchase one, I don't even think you can still. I mean, you can always purchase 42, but you know, with a little difference in price, it's hard to say. It's a close call, but I would recommend this if you're only going to have one Iron Man right now. The reason I'm not going to recommend 3, even though I don't have it in hand, is because of the restrictions as far as articulation is concerned. And I mean, if you're just gonna display your figure up and down museum pose, then I think 3 is great because he's classic. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get that figure too, but I'm just trying to you know, mention this to anyone who's just trying to just purchase one Iron Man for themselves. So far, this is the guy. Would it be the definite Iron Man? I wouldn't say so. It's not a classic armor look. Looks good though, but you know, a stopgap maybe. For now, I would say this one even before Mark 45. Mark 45 doesn't have the Tony Stark head sculpt, and I think that's more expensive too. But I like this one. I really like him. I'm not gonna pick up 45. If a buddy of mine picks it up, I'll do it. I'll do a review on it. But yeah, and looks great. Look at him. So there you go. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe, like the video, share it. It really does help me out. And I'll see you till the next review.